So, Diego, welcome. Just wanted to have a quick call with you on Skype as part of our Behind the Story project for PenTales, where we're interviewing people from all over the world who participate in PenTales in different ways. And you're a PenTales instigator, so you have a very unique perspective being in Damascus, in Syria, and having done an event there. And of course, recent events lately have probably been making things a little bit more lively than they were before. So, could you tell us a little bit first what it's about, what it's like to live in Damascus, and also how you've seen recent events affecting your life and your work?
Well, great to talk to you, and thanks for having me. Great to be PenTales instigator from this part of the world. Very interesting one, definitely. Living in Damascus, I think, is like nothing else I've done before, certainly. On one hand, it's like being in a time machine. Sometimes you're just walking, wandering around the little allways, surrounded by donkeys, spice vendors, and mustached guys, and you feel like you're back in the 1800s. Some other times you just feel like it's the 1970s when you look at people in the street, the way they dress, when you go window shopping, or even if you just look at, like at the architecture, the prevalent architecture in the city. It's a city that seems to be standing still. At some other points, you definitely feel in the 21st century when you go to a park and you have accessible like Wi-Fi, or just go to an art gallery and see the most avant-garde creations from around the region. So Damascus, the Syrian capital, definitely is a kaleidoscope in different layers and in different senses. It's a kaleidoscope of languages, of creeds, of course, and civilizations. And it's been continuously inhabited for over 8 centuries. So for me, living here, it's definitely one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. On the other hand, it's fair to recognize that recent events, as you may already know, have come to disrupt life as we know it in an otherwise peaceful, serene, and definitely the most charming of cities. I've personally been affected at different levels. Nowadays, for example, I never go out of my house without my passport or my cell phone in case of emergencies. I am also aware that I have enough, or I'm sure that I have enough credit on the phone, because you must know that not only foreigners but most of locals prefer to have a pay-as-you-go contract, because getting a fixed contract with mobile is not only very expensive, but also bureaucratically very challenging, as many other things in such a tight, controlled place. I've also had to change my routine, in order to avoid places that might be dangerous. So I've stopped passing by or visiting places where it is likely to be massive congregations, both out of personal security and of political sensitivity. For example, I haven't been to the Umayyad Mosque, which is, by the way, the most beautiful and representative of the city's architectural treasures. I haven't been there for quite a while.
Do you go to a lot of poetry nights in Damascus? Does a lot of that happen?
Yeah, usually, as I was saying before, there are a lot of places where people get together and they just read their work and they share it with other people, and all of them are very supportive and very good listeners and very eager, like to share their work and to listen to others' work, especially when it comes to poetry. But unfortunately, during the past few weeks or about a month, this event stopped happening because of the restrictions imposed in the gathering of more than 5-6 people. So it's a pity that it's no longer going on, but that used to be pretty common.
I don't know if you can answer this question, but where do you see things going?
Well, it's definitely difficult to predict. Metaphorically speaking, we've noticed that spring came earlier this year to this part of the world. It came as early as midwinter, when it comes to Tunisia or Egypt. It finally arrived in Damascus, both metaphorically and literally. And we never know. We certainly do not know how long it's going to last, but I think it's going to be a pretty long spring. What's sure is that everybody's in a way certain that what the future might bring will be better and brighter.
Yeah, we're hoping.
Yeah, inshallah, as they say over here.
Yeah, right. Inshallah. And what was it that originally brought you to Damascus specifically? Why did you choose Damascus?
I will have to answer that it was fate. It was destiny, actually. In Arabic, we've got a word. It's called it's maktub. We spell it Maktub, and it exactly means that. It means fate or destiny. It means what it's written. So I like to think of myself as I don't know, a time traveler and a great cosmopolitan person that moves from one place to another. I never considered before living in the Arab world, but then this opportunity came along my way, and I fell in love. And I don't know. I decided it was the right time to come, and it certainly has proved to be a good time to be here.
Yeah, good, I guess, and in a life experience way, right? I mean, some people would be, I would say myself included, too afraid to live in a country that's so unstable, and especially with recent events happening, I think a lot of people wouldn't want to be there if they had a choice. But it takes a special kind of person, right? Investigative journalists and and diplomats who are ready for anything, and you're a diplomat essentially. I mean, for your home country, Mexico, right?
That's totally true, and yeah, it takes some, I don't know, just sense of adventure, I guess. But at the end of the day, you keep on realizing that even though it sounds terrible, once you get to know the people, get to know the place, you realize that all of us are the same and just looking for the same things, and you know, like the same things make us dream or make us afraid. So it's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah. Well, great. Is there anything else that you would like to add in terms of?
Yes.
Yes, great.
Well, I don't know. I would like to use this opportunity to tell people that, you know, like, we have to be open to new ideas, open to new stories. We have to listen very well to everyone, to what everyone has to say. That's something I've learned from my stay here. We unfortunately carry a lot of stereotypes in our heads, and we prevent ourselves of getting to know maybe people, maybe cities, maybe countries like Syria, and that's unfair. It's unfair for us more than for them, because we are preventing us from enriching our life experiences. And I think, you know, getting to know this place, this city, this country, and its people has been an unforgettable experience. And I pretty much recommend all of us, or whoever listens to this interview, that if they have ever the chance to come and see by themselves what it is all about, they should.
Well, I would love to come visit if I can in the next few months. Probably not going to be possible, but maybe.
Well, you are more than welcome.
Thanks. Maybe another time, or I'll see you in Mexico.
Yeah, that will be safer, I guess.
Okay, well, thanks again, Diego. This is really fantastic. Are you going back to work now?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll talk to you another time.
Thanks a lot, Saskia. Thanks,
Thanks,
PenTales.
Diego. Talk to you soon.